Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to be talking about traditional literature, and we're going to start the year out with a short form of traditional literature, which is called one that's called fables. Now, I don't know if you were taught about fables in second grade. I think you might have read some fables before, but you might not know that they are called fables. Some of the more famous fables that you might have read is The Boy That Cried Wolf, The Tortoise and the Hare, um, The Lion and the Mouse. But let me tell you what a fable is if you've not been introduced to fable. A fable is a short fictional story. And remember, fiction is a story that is not real. Okay, it did not happen. But a lot of times fables will feature animals, sometimes plants, sometimes inanimate objects such as a tree or a mountain, something that's found in nature. And these things are personified. Now, if you've never heard of the word personified, if you look at this word personified, it has the word person, and I'll just underline it for you, the word person in it. So the word personified means that these inanimate objects, such as a mountain or a tree, are going to talk or act like people, like persons. So that word personified, that's how you can get it to stick in your brain. Just remember that they are going to talk and laugh and run and act like persons. That's what the word personified means. So fables are short, fictional stories that are not real, and they usually have animals or other inanimate objects found in nature. And these animals found in nature are personified. And personified means they're going to act like persons. And another feature of a fable is that these stories usually end, or usually when they end, if you think about that story, they teach us a lesson or a moral. It's not anything to do with that story. So it's like the little boy who cried wolf. The moral or the lesson has nothing to do with the boy and nothing to do with the wolf. But we have to think about what kind of lesson did the writer want us to learn about our own self. And the lion and the mouse, think about maybe the size of those animals, how they're different or how they are the same. And the other one that we talked about was the tortoise and the hare. And the two animals, the tortoise and the hare, how compare and contrast those two animals. How are they alike and how are they different, the tortoise and the hare? So as you're reading these fables, think about the writer that wrote them. What is the moral or the lesson that the writer would want us as people to learn from these stories? What's the lesson or the moral? So another word for moral is the lesson that the writer wants us to learn from the fable. So these are just some things that are found in fables. They are short, they are fictional, they have animals or inanimate objects that are personified, and they teach us a moral or a lesson.